That is going to be lifted to left field. Moquette back, and it's over.
My mom's always been an alcoholic, a pill popper. I would get to school about 5:15, so I literally sat there and shot free throws for 3 hours. The guy said, "Joe Bob, you know that Tanielu kid, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, why? He plays for me." Man, I just saw him running down the highway this morning at about 5:30, and his dad was chasing him down in a purple truck. I grew up in Harvest, Alabama, about 15 minutes away from a bigger city in Huntsville. Didn't grow up with much. My mom's always been an alcoholic, you know, a pill popper. My mom ended up leaving the family when I was a sophomore, late sophomore. So it was me, my dad, my sister in a hotel. My dad is a backbone. Like he worked so hard to provide for me and my sister, and I felt like my mom would come in and come out and come in, come out. When someone's coming in and out of your life, those are things that, you know, you don't know what's going on. You're so young, you don't know what is happening at the time, and it was a bad time for her, but you know, they ended up splitting, and now, you know, I don't remember the last time I saw my mom, honestly. I started playing baseball at 5 years old. My dad introduced me to the sport, and you know, we never looked back. He didn't know much at the time, but shoot, he knows everything, the ins, the outs, all of it now. My dad went to work around like 4:30 every morning, and our school didn't start till about 8:15, and he would wake me up around 4:45, and we would head out, and I would get to school about 5:15. First day we got there, I was like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And he's like, well, just go shoot free throws. So I literally sat there and shot free throws for 3 hours. People aren't putting the work ethic at that young of age. It might seem too crazy to some parents, but to me it worked out well, you know. I talked to my old coach. He got a call one morning about 5:30. This is in Alabama. He got a call about 5:30 in the morning. And he said, hello, and the guy said, "Joe Bob, you know that Tanielu kid, right?" He's like, "Man, I just saw him running down the highway this morning at about 5:30, and his dad was chasing him down in a purple truck." And that's how it was, you know. My dad would wake me up in the morning and tell me to run. And he said, "If you don't run fast enough, I'm gonna run you over with this truck." And I think without that, I would not be where I am today. Without a doubt, I wouldn't. It's just, that's what happens. You know, I don't want anyone to beat me at anything. You know, I'm going to compete at the highest level for anything I do. End of freshman year, I came to Washington. My grandma was in the hospital on life support, so we came up. We stayed here for 2 weeks. She ended up passing away. So by the time I was here, I'd already been here for about 3.5 weeks. I sat down and talked to my dad, my mom, my little sister. Why not just try to come here and start fresh? You know, try to build on something up here. I have all my dad's family up here. I spent my whole life with my mom's family in Alabama. Why not try something new? And we did. Federal came. We lived with my uncle. That didn't work out. Lived with my aunt. That didn't work out. Lived with my other aunt. That didn't work out. Moved to a hotel. I spent my whole junior and senior year living in a hotel, which was literally, shoot, it was really, really small. It was a one bed. I slept on the floor. Federal baseball, I got in a little late. They had already started preseason. I went up to the coach. I actually had my Alabama coach call him to tell him, like, hey, like, this is no fool around. This guy can kind of play. He gave me a one-day tryout. Ended up making varsity, and from then on, I was the shortstop of the varsity team until my senior year. Team-wise, made it to state semifinals. Individually, I was a 4-time All-League player, 3-time All-State. Getting recruited in high school, it was honestly kind of like sad. It was like, I didn't know where I was gonna go. You know, I'm putting these numbers up. Finally, I got an email from Alabama, dream school, but fell through. Got a letter from Washington, just threw it away to the side. So he emailed Washington State, boom. It was like it was meant to be. Coach Marbit had wrote back and the next day and said, yes, we're definitely interested. They came and watched me play. They wanted me to come an official visit, and boom, he offered me on the spot. And I think that was the biggest moment. The fall, I competed really well. I thought I talked to Marbit. He thought that I could do great things in the program. He thought I was one of the best players on the team at the time, just being a freshman. First opportunity to play was sophomore year. I believed in myself more than anybody. You know, the coaching staff believed in me a lot, and I'm a guy who no one recruited, so no one knew me, so it was kind of easy at first. You know, I was doing what I try to do the best, was hit the ball and just play the best I can. And I did. You know, I was leading the Pac-12 in hitting, and ended up hitting, top in the league at like 340. Brought my average up like 25 points in the last like 2.5 weeks. And I thought it was great, ending my career second on the all-time batting average list. The draft was hectic. Last day comes, I tell my agent, like, hey, I want this, or I'm not going. And then I got it. But I think Houston's going to be upcoming, uprising. I played a year there. I've seen the minor league guys they have. I think they're going to do some big things in the upcoming future.
First pitch to Tanielu. And that is going to be lifted to left field. Moquette back, and it's over his head.
Going to pro ball, I was scared. I didn't know anybody. I just was worried. I was like, how good are these guys going to be? How good are the pitchers going to be? So about the first 2 weeks, and I was hitting terrible. All-Star game, I'm telling you, it was some of the best players I've ever played with in that game. First bat comes up, facing the best pitcher in the league. I got a base hit, line drive over shortstop. Second at bat, I come up, line drive over second base. Runner on second, I'm up. Third at bat, got a hit over second base. RBI scored. It was 3 for 3 night. Ended up being the MVP. I had a rough life growing up. It was rough. But there was one man that never gave up on me, and that was my dad. He always pushed me. He always saw something that I couldn't see yet. I've learned a lot. There's still a lot more to learn, but I definitely wouldn't be anywhere near where I'm at today without all the hard work, dedication, God, and my dad.